Hello, Libra. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, Libra, it is so nice to see you. It is so nice to be here with you. It is so nice to share energies with you. Now, we're starting with that Three of Wands energy, which is one that's really so much about potential. It is the rising passion. It is that creativity, that desire, that lusting for something more, something different, something, swelling up inside of you and wanting to be released, right? We all have these moments where, and the card is called the Virtue card, right? In the Thoth system. So, this to me is so much about that moment when you just cannot keep your mouth shut anymore. I mean, really, that moment where, you think, okay, all right, now, if you were me, right? Okay, Lenor, keep it in. It's all good. It's all good. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to react. Listen, I'm an integrated person, right? I should be able to, there it is. Three of Wands energy. Gotta say it. Now, sometimes we're impassioned to go, at the grocery store, you see a mom, she has like 3 kids, they're crying, they're begging for stuff. She's saying, no, I'm just getting dinner, so, in the zone of just chaos. If you've raised kids, you've been there, okay? Sometimes you do. You get that Three of Wands energy and you say, you know what? I'm going to go over there and I'm going to tell that mom that she's a rock star. I'm going to tell that mom she has a beautiful family and her kids are awesome. Sometimes you are. You're just impassioned. Now, other times it can be not so pleasant. The wand cards are not just about the passion and desire and motivation and creating of things that are, acceptable, nice, rainbows and butterflies and kittens and all that kind of stuff. No. We are expansive, complicated, complex beings. Sometimes our desires don't look pretty on paper. They don't look pretty to other people. The people that love you, who know you, they might not understand. But that's okay. They don't have to. So there is a rising desire here. And it might be one that is completely in line with your goals and, pretty obvious. But it could also be the beginnings of something. Oh, I have to tell you. Okay, so it's June 17th as we speak. I like when people say, June 17th, 2025, the year of our Lord. I love that. I don't know why I'm silly. But yeah, July 27th. No, what did I say? July 17th. I'll get it together, I promise. And this morning, last night we had a storm. This morning I got up and I went outside. And I'll tell you what, it smelled like fall. It was cold. It was like 50 degrees. That little stirring, that's what it feels like, right? When something just starts to begin in us. We all of a sudden, we notice. Something's changing. Something is changing within me, right? Now, ooh, look at this. We have this beautiful, beautiful forest spirit. And over here, it almost looks like bowing to, and we have, I'm going to go with the Empress. We have this beautiful posture on this being here. Now, you can see where the head would be right here. Here's the back and the leg. And so in a seated position, kind of, like an enthroned empress or emperor. And this forest spirit, it reminds me of The Green Knight, right? Have you read that, or have you watched the movie? The movie's good too. Oh gosh, that what is that dude's name? That Patel guy? Whew, my goodness. If you haven't seen it, run, don't walk. It's a great movie. So we have the forest spirit. We have the Empress. The Empress is very much, Persephone, Demeter, these goddesses of agriculture, of plants, animals. Persephone being the arrival of spring, new growth, right? And Demeter being of autumn, right? The harvest, late summer into those autumn months, right? And she is the mother of Persephone, of course. And so we have this energy, a veneration of these natural deities, these beings of the earth, right, of growth. And Persephone, in particular, is also the queen of the underworld. She is a chthonic, is that how you say it? Chthonic goddess figure, right? And what does that mean? Subterranean. So we have like Hades, right, is another well-known one. My favorite being Ereshkigal, often kind of mixed up with Inanna. She is the sister of Inanna, right, or Ishtar, and she is a underworld goddess, very much like Persephone, married to Nergal. And these are goddesses that are, Persephone especially, very versatile, right? And we can go into her, I won't go into her connection, no. She's more connected to Venus, I would say, than to Ereshkigal, who is maybe the kind of the night side of Venus. Now, Venus is the planet, right? Not the goddess necessarily. Venus goes in cycles, where there are times where we can see her in the morning. Sometimes we can see her at dusk, right? And then other times she's completely gone. We don't see her at all. And this is when she has descended to the underworld, okay? Now, Ishtar, in a famous story, she goes to the underworld and she visits her sister, and not very good things happen. Actually, pretty terrible things happen. And so all of these archetypes, right, kind of mix in together. They're kind of composites of different ideas and mythologies and of each other, and shared culturally. At least that's kind of, what is thought now. And all of this is to say, right, we have this strong Venus energy. So let me tell you something. If you have copper, now, I'm not talking about in your walls, okay? Don't get wild with it. But if you have some kind of copper charm, or maybe like one of those arthritis bracelets, or, something like this, wear it. This is a time where copper is going to be your friend, okay? Copper is the metal of Venus. And which I was tickled when I found out, like, that one IUD, if you know what that is. It's a kind of, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the BC word on here, but It is a kind of birth control. I'm just going to say it. Sorry, algorithm. It's made out of copper, one of them. And I was like, okay, girl, that's the one I need because that is the Venus energy. So we have this strong Venus energy. We have love. We have fertility. We have passion, right? We have that strong Three of Wands passion energy. Now, I feel you. Deeply connected to nature around you. I feel you are coming into that Earth Mama zone, or Papa, of course. I always assume it's Mama's watching, but that's just because my life is populated with awesome women. But yeah, also Papas, right? And however you like to call yourself, or whatever the pronoun might be. And I feel love there. I know. There's been so many love themes in my readings lately, but gosh dang it, people seem to be falling in love lately. Renewal of love lately. And I honestly think that it is a direct effect of the amount of stress we are living under, right? Collectively, anytime you turn on the news or anything like that, it's instantly just worry. I mean, for me, it is anyways. I just stick to the science news, and that usually is a little less worrisome. But I feel like when we go through these periods of time where we are all just like white knuckling it, you know what I'm saying? Like we are really just holding on and trying to figure it out and get through the dang thing, as intact as we possibly can. There's a lot of love that goes on. Now, I think to some degree, yeah, it's a coping mechanism, but hey, listen, it can be a real fun one. It can be a real nice one. So, I feel you leaning into love. Now, if you are sitting there and you are saying, absolutely not me, I don't care for other people, I'm done with love, maybe I'm already married and, I don't care to work anymore on the love section right now or whatever it is. I hear you. Absolutely. Now, sometimes we can find our love in other places. And I do mean romantic love. And I don't mean with other people. I'm not saying like, okay, so, your wife and you are not connecting a lot. Maybe you're going to meet somebody else. That's not what I'm saying, nor am I promoting any of this. But sometimes, yeah, we find it in other places. I love really trashy movies. I love love stories. I do. Now, not your mainstream, like Love Actually type of movie, although, those ones are good too, and they have their place. Absolutely, they do. I like kind of more. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, not the ideal love, right? It's a little problematic, I would say, but still, my goodness, I was like, I don't know, maybe almost 10 when that movie came out or a little younger. But man, did that thing get me through, junior high and high school. That was like my go-to for a love story. Also, Gary Oldman, really strong in my psyche. Did you ever see that movie, Immortal Beloved, about Beethoven and his, loves and affairs and stuff? Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. That's my kind of love story. So, absolutely, there are other places where we can get ourselves fulfilled. Sometimes it's movies. Sometimes, listen, you might be one of them people that love those like Harlequin love story, romance novels. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that your grandma had a whole bunch of them in the basement in like a box or something. And you're like, what are these? They're all like Western like erotica type of stuff. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word either. Sorry, algorithm. Anyways, yeah, there's so many places to be looking and experiencing different kinds of love, sensuality, connection. And I really feel you getting into this place where you are open. You are open to the idea of love. You are open to wanting to bring this like very passionate but easy. Like it just comes naturally, right? It doesn't feel difficult. It doesn't feel contrived. It doesn't feel like it has to be all set up perfectly. No, it's just there and it flows. And you are in that current. Okay? Now, let's go over here. We have some people in your life. Okay? I do feel like there has been, I don't know, maybe like some kind of turmoil. It feels like turmoil. Not anything like super crazy, but I feel like this could even be something along the lines of like your grandkid didn't graduate on time. You know what I mean? Like where it's like that is really disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. It's like something that can be fixed. Did it go ideally? No. Did they do what they needed to do? I mean, apparently not, right? But are you completely bummed out for the rest of your life? No. But they, you know, it's kind of like, you got to get together though, right? So I do think it's something kind of on that level, right? And I feel like your family has been in a tizzy about it. Okay, they are gossiping, they're blaming, they're, you know, choosing sides and then, you know, abandoning one another and reforming their teams. And it's just a full on, you know, spectacle. That's really what it seems like a spectacle. And I feel like for you, not into it. You're not into it. I don't think that you care for this kind of dynamic. And I do see you kind of pulling away from family stuff for a little bit until it blows over, because it will, you know. And I don't think that you are as upset as everybody else seems to be. Now, we have a baby. And I think they maybe were born last year, because we have the bird, you can see the head here, this is the beak, sitting in a nest, right? Kind of all cuddled up. We have over here the number 28. Up here we have a person kind of here's the head, the legs, and then we have the dragon, right? Last year was the year of the dragon. So this is kind of telling me that last year this little sweet baby came along. We also have the number 85 right here, or 35. It could be 35, it could be 85. And I feel like this maybe it's one of the few reasons that you stick around with your family, honestly. And that's terrible for me to say if that's not true. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend. But I do feel like at times you really are like, these are the reasons that I stay around, because of the kids. And other than that, you probably would not be as involved, right? So we also have a Cancer person. And I'm wondering if this is like maybe an in-law, maybe it's like your son-in-law, daughter-in-law, somebody that's younger. They've been brought into the family. I don't think that you get along that well. You're both very stubborn and I want to say like almost self-righteous, but it's not, it is kind of that, but not really. It's more of being stubborn, right? And I feel like for you, it just, I wonder if this is like the father or daughter, or I mean mother of the baby, right? That it must be. Because I feel like in any other, if there was no like children involved, you just wouldn't even bother with this person. But now that there's kids or a kid, I feel like you just, it's like you have to revive the thing. You feel like you have to really solidify your ability to be in the life of, you know, your family members, the grandkids, your children. And part of that is having to get along with people you don't like, you know, and unfortunately that is how it goes for most of us, right? I mean, chances are there's somebody in the family or like a boyfriend or girlfriend or, you know, in-law or whatever, somebody in there that's just kind of not your cup of tea, right? So I do feel like this is a really big focus for you, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing. I feel like there's almost a moment where something will occur where you see a part of this person that is very surprising to you, and I think that it actually softens you to them. I feel like this is the beginning of a road to at least having somewhat of a bond, having some minor trust, right? At least being able to like get along and have a little small talk and, you know, stay in your own lanes kind of deal. And I feel that being a thing that brings so much power and joy and also ease to your life. Okay. I feel that you really are going through a cycle where you're wanting to get things more aligned, balanced. Right? You're tired of this kind of on again, off again, up and down, back and forth. I just want it to be easier, right? I want to know that things are, at least with the people that I let in my personal life, that they're going to be consistent, solid, not, you know, this constant, like, are we good? Are we not good? You know, suspicions and back and forths and, you know, all that. I think that you just absolutely have maybe just gotten to that age because, you know what? I am there as well. I am over it. If anybody makes me feel weird or unhappy or, you know, gives me like any kind of anxiety that is icky, you're out of here. You're out of here. I can't have you in my life, and I'm not going to apologize for that anymore. I don't care at all. I mean, I hope that you have a nice life. I hope that everything goes well for you. I literally, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, wish anybody and everybody well, but very few people are invited into my personal life. You know, and I don't let people in that find me. I always, and I feel strongly about this, I like to find the people that I want to be close with. And that's just, I don't know what that is exactly, and it's not the like rule, you know, but it kind of, as I get older, I lean into it more and more, you know. But yeah, I feel like there are a lot of people, a lot of women that I talk to in my age group, other moms and friends and clients and so on. I think a lot of us are at that point, you know, and maybe it's that perimenopause kicking in for me. I don't know, but I don't care. I am not putting up with any kind of funky energy. I am absolutely not dealing with somebody that has like any weird things to say or backhandedness or they're too familiar or, any of that stuff. I'm over it. I'm old. I just want to live an easy life. Well, at least with other people, right? As far as friendships go, I want it easy. I'll work hard, of course, in all other areas of my life. I'm a dang Virgo, after all. But yeah, I absolutely not putting up with, and I feel like you're the same way. But here's the thing, Libra, you've been on that for a long time. But I feel like you are returning back to it because, I think every once in a while you maybe venture out and you think, okay, the world maybe is a little bit better. Maybe I should give people a chance. Maybe I should meet somebody new, make some new friendships. And you get out there and then you realize, no, I'm going home. I'm not trying to, I have enough friends, right? So I do feel there is a real sense of confidence and feeling pretty happy about most aspects of how things are going, really. And that allots for this passion to really come in, right? Now I want to look, really it's just this like kind of, it really looks like a person kind of climbing up a hill right here. Okay, and there is the heart on top. But behind we have, look at these swords, like in the back. We have the 7. I feel like it really is this kind of, no matter what happens, I'm going to keep on. And that's really what it is. Like, you walk around with some deep wounds from people who you absolutely loved, right? And maybe it's infidelity, maybe it's financial stuff, maybe this is something to do with your parents or your family, like a close family member, like a sibling or something, but they were able to get close to you more than once and hurt you more than once. So that tells me it's a long-term kind of relationship of some kind. And I feel like for you, you have had to probably, just keep carrying on. Now, I wonder if you are somebody who maybe is out of contact with most people from your early life, and now you're you have like set relationships with the few people that remain. And well, and to me, it feels like you're a little bit of a romantic. You're a little bit of a utopic thinker, which I love, by the way. I think that's freaking wonderful. I wish most of us, all of us, could be a little more optimistic and maybe a little bit even delusional, right? And I mean delusional, just so optimistic about how things could work out in our favor, or, it all ends up going well despite it all, right? I think that we need more people with that kind of attitude. And I do feel like you do have that attitude, actually. And I keep looking at this. It says hi right here, H-I, but we also have the candle of illumination. So a candle that is burning. We have the number 31. And I do feel like this is a person coming through for you. I'm guessing that their birthday is coming up soon. They have transitioned. So this is an older person, probably, hopefully. And we have the number 2. And it says no. Grapes. So I feel like this is a little disjointed, but we have the bird, the star, the fireplace. You have the activation of the messenger. And this feels intense. I feel like there's, you have a goal. You have something that you're working for in your life. Now, that's where we see the little star here. Okay, you can see, let's see, maybe you can see it better like this. There you go. Right here, the star. Okay, this part. We have a fire over here, like a campfire. We have birds right here and right here. And a bird here. And we have a wrench. A wrench. So I almost kind of feel like there is something where you've been working really hard towards a goal. Like say you went back to school, right? And something has gotten in your way. Like, I don't know, like your car broke down or, you know, you're having like trouble, you know, dignifying spending a bunch of money on like a bus pass to go on the other side of town to go to school or whatever. And I'm not saying it's school for sure, but this is what makes sense to me, like as an example. And then, so you're like, okay, I don't have the means, or it's going to be difficult for me anyways to do this, and it's taking away from my day and my hours and my ability to work more and whatever. And maybe I need to just quit, or I'll go back next semester or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden you're getting these messages, right? And this is this person coming through. I mean, they're really trying to get you to listen. No, do not quit. Whatever it is that you've been working on, find a way. This is important. This is going to be something that opens a lot of doors for you. It will give you opportunities. Okay? So if this is like a new job and you're worried about how am I going to get there? Is it going to pay enough? Is this, you know, whatever. Just do the work. Okay? If it's school, figure it out. Carpool, you know, get a bike off of Craigslist. Do they still have Craigslist? I don't know. You know, whatever it is, okay, make it happen. Now, I'm telling you this, but also, you know, this person coming through, and it feels like a grandfather or an older masculine energy. They also have some kind of tie to grapes. So maybe they were growing grapes, maybe they made wine, you know, maybe they just really liked grapes. I don't know. But they keep showing me grapes. And so you must know who it is. So, let's see. We also have our lucky numbers. I just noticed some things different about my setup here, and I hope I'm recording. I think I am. I must be. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, we have the number 100. That's our first lucky number. Number 11, 7, number 7, 111 and 7. And we will finish with our water blessings or affirmation cards. And I will just go ahead, flip through, stop where it feels right. We have the little jellyfish And it says, number 39, flowing together. In grace you live, in harmony you explore. In grace you live, in harmony you explore. All right. Libra, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such a pleasure. If you would be so kind to either like the video, maybe think about subscribing or leaving a comment. I guess it really helps the channel a lot. And also, I would just really like to hear from you. I really enjoy getting to know each and every one of you. Also, if you have a prayer request of any kind or want some kind of energy sent your way, you can put that in the comments, or you can email it to me at ulaishere@gmail.com. Yeah, so anyways, I love you. We'll talk soon. Good night. Good night.